Imagine waking up to a lush, thriving garden every morning, verdant leaves and vibrant veggies reaching skyward, all in a compact vertical design. That's the magic of vertical gardening. It's all about transforming any space, no matter how small, into a green oasis. And the best part? The transformation from bland to grand can happen in just a few weeks. Picture this: fresh, homegrown food right at your fingertips. Your journey to fresh, homegrown food starts here, right in your very own vertical garden. You might be wondering, why go vertical? The answer is simple, yet profound. Vertical gardening can transform your life in ways you might not have imagined. Imagine living in a concrete jungle. Your small balcony or patio is your only escape. Now, picture that same space transformed into a green oasis, a vertical garden where you can grow your own food. That's the magic of vertical gardening. It's an ingenious way to maximize space, especially in urban areas where horizontal space is often at a premium. But the benefits don't stop at space saving. A vertical garden can enhance the aesthetics of any area, turning a bland wall into a vibrant living mural. Moreover, plants improve air quality by absorbing pollutants and releasing oxygen, making your living space healthier. Vertical gardening is not just a trend, it's a lifestyle change with numerous benefits. It's about making the most of what you have and creating something beautiful and beneficial in the process. The first step is choosing the right location for your vertical garden. Sunlight is a key player in your garden's growth, so let's delve into why it's so important. Plants need sunlight to photosynthesize, which is how they generate energy. Lack of sunlight can stunt growth and reduce yield. Now let's talk about direction. North, south, east, or west? The answer isn't as straightforward as you might think. North and east-facing gardens get morning sunlight, which is gentle and less likely to scorch your plants. On the other hand, south and west-facing gardens get the afternoon sun, which is more intense but could be beneficial for sun-loving vegetables. However, don't fret if your space doesn't get optimal sunlight. There are plenty of shade-tolerant plants out there like lettuce and spinach that can thrive in less sunny conditions. Remember, the right location can make all the difference in your garden's success. Next, it's time to choose your plants. Now, the fun begins. Imagine a cascade of vibrant green leaves peppered with pops of color from red tomatoes, purple basil, and white strawberries. That could be your vertical garden. But first, let's pick the right plants. When selecting plants for vertical gardening, consider their growth habits. Some plants, like tomatoes and cucumbers, are natural climbers and thrive in vertical spaces. They'll weave their way up, creating a living tapestry of green that's not just productive, but also aesthetically pleasing. Then, we have lettuce and herbs. These leafy greens don't necessarily climb, but their compact size and shallow roots make them perfect for vertical setups. You can tuck them into pockets in a wall-mounted planter or have them trailing from a hanging basket. Either way, you'll have fresh salad fixings at your fingertips. Strawberries are another great choice. These sweet treats grow beautifully in vertical systems, their juicy red fruits hanging like little jewels from the green foliage. Imagine stepping out onto your balcony or into your backyard and picking a handful of fresh berries for your breakfast. And don't forget about dwarf vegetable varieties. Things like Tumbling Tom tomatoes or Space Master cucumbers are bred specifically for small spaces and are just begging to be included in your vertical garden. Of course, every plant has its own needs. Some crave the sun while others prefer a bit of shade. Pay attention to these requirements when planning your garden to ensure each plant thrives in its new vertical home. Also consider the seasons. Many vegetables are annuals, meaning they complete their life cycle in one year. With a bit of planning, you can have a continuous harvest, rotating out spent plants for new ones as the seasons change. Remember, diversity is the spice of life, and it's no different in your garden. A mix of different plants not only looks fantastic but also promotes a healthy ecosystem, attracting beneficial insects and keeping pests in check. With the right selection, you can enjoy a variety of fresh veggies right from your vertical garden. Now that you've chosen your plants, let's explore different types of vertical gardens. The beauty of vertical gardening lies in its versatility. There is a multitude of ways to construct your green wall. First up, we have wall-mounted planters. These are ideal for those with limited floor space. They can turn a blank wall into a lush canvas of greenery. Next, consider tower gardens. These are perfect for balconies and patios, allowing you to grow a variety of plants in one compact area. Trellis planters are another great option. They provide a stunning backdrop for climbing plants like cucumbers and peas, creating a living curtain of vegetation. Finally, don't forget about hanging baskets. These are perfect for trailing plants like strawberries and tomatoes, adding a burst of color and life to your space. With so many options, you can certainly find a vertical garden that suits your space and needs. Ready to set up your garden? Here's how. First, it's all about location, location, location. Look for a spot that's accessible and gets plenty of sunlight, ideally around 6 to 8 hours a day. Remember, veggies love their sunbathing time. Next, it's time to install your vertical garden structure. This could be a wall-mounted planter, a tower garden, a trellis planter, or even a simple hanging basket. The choice is yours, and it largely depends on the type of plants you've chosen and the space you're working with. Once your structure is up and sturdy, it's time to add the soil. A good quality potting mix is essential for your plant's growth. It should be well-draining, but also capable of retaining enough moisture to keep your plants hydrated. Now comes the fun part: planting. Start by digging small holes in the soil, each about twice as wide as the root ball of your plant. Gently place your plant in the hole, making sure the top of the root ball is level with the soil surface. Then, fill in the space around the root ball with soil, patting it gently to remove any air pockets. Remember, when arranging your plants, consider their mature size and growth habit. Position taller plants at the top or back of your garden, and trailing or shorter plants at the bottom or front. This way, all your plants will get their fair share of sunlight. Finally, give your newly planted garden a good watering. Water slowly and deeply until you see water coming out of the drainage holes. But be careful not to overwater, as this can lead to root rot. A good rule of thumb is to water when the top inch of soil feels dry to the touch. And voila, your vertical garden is set up. Now let's talk about how to keep it thriving. A thriving garden requires some care and maintenance. Just as with any other garden, a vertical vegetable garden is a living, breathing entity that needs your attention to flourish. Let's delve into the key care tips that will help your garden not only survive but thrive. Firstly, watering. It's the lifeblood of your garden. Your plants are thirsty and they depend on you for their hydration. However, just like Goldilocks, plants don't like their water too little or too much, but just right. Most vegetables prefer a steady supply of moisture, but not so much that they are standing in water. Overwatering can lead to root rot and other moisture-related diseases. So make it a habit to check your plant soil regularly. If it feels dry to the touch, it's time to water. Next up, pruning. This might seem counterintuitive. After all, you want your plants to grow, not cut them back. But regular pruning helps to improve the health and productivity of your plants. By trimming back overgrown branches and leaves, you're allowing for better air circulation and sunlight penetration. Not to mention, it also helps in maintaining the shape and appearance of your vertical garden, keeping it looking its best. Last but certainly not least, fertilizing. Think of this as the food for your plants. Your vertical garden needs a range of nutrients to grow and produce. A balanced vegetable garden fertilizer that contains a mix of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium is often a good choice. Remember, just like overwatering, over-fertilizing can also be harmful. Always follow the recommended dosage on the fertilizer package. So, there you have it: watering, pruning, and fertilizing. 3 essential care tips for maintaining a happy and healthy vertical vegetable garden. Remember that each plant has its own unique needs, so take the time to understand what each type of vegetable in your garden requires. With regular care and maintenance, your garden will not only survive, but thrive. We've come full circle back to our lush vertical garden. Now imagine this: each morning you step out onto your balcony, and instead of empty space, you're greeted by a vibrant living wall. You reach out and there it is, fresh homegrown food at your fingertips. This isn't just a dream, it's possible, it's doable, and it's waiting for you. So what are you waiting for? Start your vertical gardening journey today. The sky's the limit.